I'm here with Jonny, Patrice,
Hey,
and my bowl of fucking beans. Gulcher was supposed to be here as well. So this video, if you look at the likes to dislikes ratio, there's 58,000 likes and 667,000 dislikes. So obviously, there's some controversy on this video. There's a lot of controversy. Me, Jonny, and Patrice are going to be responding to each of their 36 questions. It's only 3 minutes long, so it shouldn't take too long for us to respond. We're just going to go through them and respond to their questions, man. Let's get straight into this shit.
How does it feel to be the same sex as Donald Trump?
fucking amazing. Fucking amazing. That's how it feels, bitch.
Bro,
What's up?
that is a dumbass
I'm really
question,
liking this
though.
video. I like this video.
They're asking this question, implying that he is some sort of, like, terrible historical figure, like some sort of just, like, horrible thing in human history. That's like me asking, how does it feel to be the same gender as Myra Hindley? How does it feel?
How does it feel being the same gender as Hillary Clinton? Bitch?
How does it feel being the same gender as Eileen? How do you say her name? Wuronos or some shit. How does it feel to be the same gender as Mary the First of England? Like, I could say that about any evil female, and it would mean absolutely nothing, because being the same gender as somebody has nothing to do with anything about yourself as far as your personality goes. Like, I could say that about so many other people, but I'm not going to, because that's fucking dumb.
Why do you hate rom-coms? Or do you just feel like you need to hate them?
Everybody.
Okay,
What the fuck's a rom-com?
it's a romantic comedy. It's like those like those fucking romance movies that are also like funny.
I got nothing against them.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know anybody. Now, this is just from my perspective. I don't know anybody who has hated rom-coms, but they are specifically made to appeal towards females. That's like literally the market that they go for when they make those movies. So it's not really the fault of the viewer.
Dude, I've watched all those. What the fuck's that one movie called?
Why don't-
Fucking The Proposal had Sandra Bullock and Ryan Reynolds in it. I watched that shit.
Yeah, that's like me asking you why don't you like watching football? Obviously, not all women hate football, but still, that appeals to just by like the general popularity of the demographic. Football appeals to men usually, because men typically, generally, not all, but generally, men, when watching recreational stuff, appeal to stuff like competition, because that's just like the alpha male kind of in them, I guess.
Everybody likes Beyonce. It's just a fact.
Everybody likes Beyonce. Jonny, do you like Beyonce?
A few years ago, yeah, but I don't like her now.
Beyonce is more of like an entertainer. She's not really a singer. Like, people, I feel like more people want to see her live than they want to see her, than they want to actually hear her music.
I mean,
But that's just.
Why
that's
do you
just me.
make women sit around and talk about men in movies?
When y'all easily just sit around and talk about boobs for hours.
Why do you
What?
we do not. That's a lie. We do not talk about boobs for hours.
I mean,
we have better shit to talk about.
Yeah, we okay. If you look at our group chat, the only boobs we talk about are Johnny's. Okay. The person.
I mean, he's not wrong about Jonny.
They instantly think that all men are evil and that we instantly only like think about women and their attributes. It's like we don't. We talk about other shit. If you go back in the homie house, we talk about the dumbest shit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've never been friends with another male who has just talked about boobs nonstop.
Don't get us wrong. Like, me and Patrice, we've talked about Scarlett Johansson because she's hot, but we didn't have an hour-long fucking conversation about it. It was like maybe 5 minutes.
Yeah, I'm not gonna.
Why do you automatically assume that you won't like TV or movies that star a female lead?
Why are you
Who has said that?
Once.
Who has ever said that?
Once not like the woman that, dude. I like the movie Wonder Woman.
Okay.
I like fucking what's that other movie called? It's fucking some weird other bullshit. And don't get me wrong, I fucking hated Twilight movies. That's just because they were suck ass movies.
If anybody sees that a movie has a female role and automatically hates it, or like a female main role and automatically hates it, then they're just being an idiot. But I also think that's like almost never the case, because Wonder Woman. It
depends on the movie and the actor and the actress.
It literally just depends on whether the movie is well put together or not. It has nothing to do with the gender of the fucking main character. What the fuck?
And it also depends on the actress, if she's a good actress or not. If she's terrible, then no one wants to fucking watch that shit.
Why are you surprised when women are funny?
Because they're not.
I'm probably funnier than you.
No.
What the fuck is that word? Your whole sense of funny is basically Yeah, sense of humor is basically just you going, I passed the phone to da-da-da for da-da-da.
Yeah, or like if you see a video, if you see a video that makes you laugh, you're say like, it was the blank for me, or some shit like that. Like you don't actually make a joke about it or say something satirical. You just kind of make a comment about what happened. Like, we know what happened in the video. I don't need to hear your summary about it. We're not in an English class.
You're not a fucking back of a book.
Yeah, exactly.
Why do you think that we're obsessed with you when we hook up?
9 times out of 10, I just want you to leave too. I'm busy. I got shit to do.
Then don't set up the date. What are you talking about?
And don't be like, okay, maybe we can do something after. Just be like, okay, we'll go out and that's it. Let's da-da-da. Like, why do you always like, we can do something after?
Yeah, if you want the person to leave, then just either tell them to or leave yourself, because you're probably doing them a favor, honestly.
But if you're bringing a guy home on your first date and then sleeping with him and then wake up the next morning and he's still there, that's your own fucking fault.
Look who's talking. Look who's talking.
Well, I'm just saying, I always leave afterwards.
Bullshit.
Why can't I sleep with as many people as I want to without being judged? When men do it, they're congratulated.
Why?
No, they're not. No, they're not. No, that's exactly what Jonny does, and we clown on him every single time.
My nickname is Man Slut. What the
fuck you his nickname in our group chat is Man Slut. We do not praise nobody for being a fucking man whore.
And you want to know why? Because men have to work to get pussy. Y'all can just give it away. Shut the fuck up.
Yes, dude. Johnny's been coochie crusading for like 15
fucking years.
15 fucking years, and ever since he was 4. So yeah, I'm not. I've never done any of that. I mean, I have a singular dedicated relationship, but Jonny can speak for you on that one. I can't.
Y'all will just hook up with a guy because you think he's hot and that's it. Guys, we actually like take time and consideration to that shit.
Yeah, like we're actually like interested in personality.
And half the time y'all fucking cheat, which makes it go up more. So that's not even our fault.
Yeah. Statistically speaking, women cheat more than men do. That's just literally a statistical fact.
Look at any divorces in California and notice how all the women that win usually cheat.
That too.
Why do you consider a woman a tease if she doesn't sleep with you after 3 dates, but a slut if she sleeps with you on the first date?
And what?
Okay, but I have never done that with anybody within the first 3 dates. And if I did, I would be like, okay, whoa, that's a little fast.
And no one's calling you a tease after 3 days. The only reason why we're calling you a tease is because you're fucking flirting with us and touching us down there.
Well, I mean, if you're saying like, oh, come here, big boy, and fucking being all like, ooh, like then that gives me a fucking reason. But if you're just acting normally, like if you're acting like a civilized human being, unlike Jonny, then there would be no reason to say that. Like
the first date thing, that you can't. No one ever goes, man, we didn't fuck on the first date. It's like we expect not to fuck on the first date. It's expected.
Yeah, I don't think anyone even, well, not nobody obviously, but I don't think most people are trying to do that on the first date, unless you're looking for a fucking prostitution service. Like,
what world does no mean yes?
No means no.
Why do you?
Wow, I had no idea.
You're gonna bring that up, bitch. Really, you gonna bring that? No,
wow.
No, Jared. No.
I didn't go to preschool, Jonny.
What the fuck?
That's a first. That's a first,
no,
guys.
That's a new one on
I
me.
think
no.
I think no means yes. Actually, I thought that's what I thought.
Really?
I thought they were synonyms, but hey, you learn something new every day. Don't know why I needed to know that, but we got a little factoid.
Well, in all fairness, y'all will literally go talk to your friends and be like, "Oh my god, he's so great," and your friends will be like, "Don't do it. Don't do it."
Look. Seriously though. If a guy does something unconsensually to you, he is a piece of shit, and you should stay away from him. And that you do not deserve to go through that, right? But
if you go back knowing that, then it's on you. It's on you, bitch.
But that is not something that happens the majority of the time.
Why do you say that women are too emotional to be leaders?
Then justify catcalling by saying men just can't control themselves. Why?
Well,
Okay, first of all,
never once catcalled to anybody ever.
There are both good and terrible leaders from both genders, okay? Let me make that clear. If we're talking about evolution, if we're talking about literal biology within the brain and how people are built, evolutionarily, let's pretend that's a word, the male side is literally, I would say mentally built for leadership, because, you know, like alpha males, the leaders of packs, things like that. That's just how nature works. There's a difference between bossing somebody around and actually leading them and pushing them in a good direction. And there have definitely been good female leaders, of course. Like, obviously, I don't know what. There's been less female leaders. That's definitely true. Than there has been male leaders, and that is mostly because, like, in between like 50 and a few hundred years ago, pretty much almost everywhere in the world you couldn't even have female leaders, and that's not something I condone or anything. That's just how stuff was back then, because, you know, like with the whole voting thing, and like you couldn't, you know, like there was a time where there couldn't be female leaders, at least in the U.S. That's the silver lining.
Why do you think that just because you're nice to me, I owe you my body?
Why would you ever?
I'd never have.
I would never expect that.
I never expected anything. And again, I'm speaking
nice
for myself.
Everybody except for my best friends.
Exactly. If I'm nice to you, the only thing I really expect, not expect, I wouldn't even say I expect, but the only thing that I would request is that you be nice back. That's it. That's literally it. If somebody comes to you, like if a guy is like, well, I called you pretty, so that means I get pussy. He's probably not the brightest individual.
Why would you ever send an unsolicited dick pic?
Because you asked for it. What?
You know. In all fairness, I know a girl that got dick pics for no reason because she was hot. That, you know what? I'll agree with them on that one, because guys are fucking idiots sometimes, and they do random shit like that. Be like, oh, I'm gonna press this girl with my fucking 6-inch fucking wiener. Like, no, okay.
There are pretty much three possibilities. She either says yes, she either says no, or she doesn't say anything. Yes is the only situation where you should send something, okay? Because if she doesn't say yes, then you should just assume it's a no. And if somebody does that just right off the bat, like automatically, there's a block button, and that's still a bad thing.
Why do you feel like it's okay to harass women or make offensive comments about women, but when somebody does it to your sister, it's not okay?
That's because it's fucking family.
Exactly. It's because it's a family member, motherfucker. That's like, okay, so that's like when you say kill all men, you're probably not talking about your brother, are you? Or your son, or your dad, because it's family. But you're talking about everyone else. It's not family.
It's that whole fucking thing of people's perspective and what people think. It's like, what the fuck? Like, okay, I have never once ever gone up to a woman in public and said some fucked up shit to her, ever.
Yeah, no, we don't.
And then I've talked to people that pissed me off. Like, there was this one girl in high school. She was a fucking loudmouth. She was talking shit, and I went to her. I said, shut the fuck up. And then she started ripping on me. I didn't fucking say anything bad. I just said, shut the fuck up.
Yeah, there's a very small amount of people who just randomly walk up to women and harass them. Obviously, harassment is not a good thing, but it's also, I wouldn't say it's a rare thing, but in comparison to, like, just general how people behave, it is pretty rare. And y'all act like it happens all the time.
Why do you have to sit with your legs so wide open?
Because we have ball sacks. Okay,
because I'm not trying to crush my fucking things, all right? I'm not trying to crush them.
Just try.
I'm fucking manspreading right now in my fucking office chair.
Same.
I ain't trying to crush my shit.
If there is somebody sitting directly next to me, I'm gonna be polite and I'm gonna be like,
I'll close them a little bit, but I ain't gonna crush my fucking boys.
But if there's nobody next to me, you got me fucked up.
I get that you have balls, but I don't stand around with my arms wide open to make room for my boobs.
That's because you don't have to. Okay, that is because you don't have to go like this in order to grab things. You can go like this.
And in all fairness, when y'all like put your hands in front of you and cross them or even clap your hands, You're squishing them. That's not our problem. You have arms that can either go above or under.
Okay, but
we don't have that fucking option.
And the other thing is that there is not like 10,000 billion times more nerves there. It's not going to massively damage
it's not
you.
Going to bring you down to your knees and make you want to throw up.
Yeah, it's not going to affect you as much if it gets hurt there. Like if it's impossible to explain to people who cannot comprehend it, but like it's some of the worst pain you can experience. Okay.
It is. It's bad.
At least for a guy, obviously.
They say that in terms of like pain and how much you feel, it is almost near as bad as birth.
Yeah.
For a split second. Don't get me wrong. Birth is long, like for hours.
Yeah, birth is obviously longer.
For us, we don't often get kicked or hit there.
Yeah, and when we do, it's almost always a surprise too of something that we didn't see coming.
Yeah, usually.
Yeah. So, the fuck is she doing? Oh.
Why are women perceived as the weaker sex, even though we literally birth you?
Because biologically
you are weaker. You don't have the same muscle structure as men. Don't get me wrong. There are women out there that are ripped and buff that could easily whip my ass. But if I worked out just as much as them, I would be stronger than them.
So women and men are both better and worse than each other in several different categories. I would say in book smarts and flexibility and speed and resilience and agility, those all go to women. One thing that goes to men is upper body strength. I didn't choose that. Okay, I can't say this for sure, but I'm pretty sure lower body strength probably would go to women. I don't know. I'm just saying by average, obviously, because again, there are women who could bust down my fucking door right now and beat the living smithereens out of me, right?
Oh yeah.
And there are also men who could do that as well. Like it's by average. That's literally.
Have you not noticed that there are separate, like in weightlifting competitions, women have their own set of limitations and all that, and men have their own. Notice that men that are pretending to be women are going in there and fucking crushing it.
Yeah, and
because they're naturally stronger.
Yeah, and again, like obviously, birthing takes a lot of effort too, but that has nothing to do with fucking biceps or fucking quadriceps or your fucking.
Why is it so bad to show your emotions?
It means you're human.
Why are you always trying to prove your masculinity to me?
It's not normal for men to break down crying and all that shit. It's a natural thing for us to want to hide it and or not feel it. I haven't fucking cried since I was a little kid. I get bad news, I'm not going to fucking sit there and have a fucking 3 mental breakdowns and 300 panic attacks because of it. I'm just going to take it in and be like, fucking sucks. Okay, move on.
Yeah, so like when men are raised, at least probably the majority of the time, if a man cries because something hurts him emotionally, they are told to man up, to grow up, be a man, don't cry, stuff like that. We're told stuff like that all the time, and I don't particularly like have a problem with that. I'm just explaining why. I've experienced that. Pretty sure a lot of other people have experienced that. But that's just, I guess, an explanation. We've kind of been taught that, and it's also very hard to trust people with expressing emotions and things. You have to.
Don't get us wrong. With me, and when I've had bad days and shit, I've talked to these guys because they're my friends.
Yeah.
Guys talk to each other. We just don't discuss every fucking single thing.
Yeah, and then the thing is, like, if you don't trust somebody, this has happened to me before. When you vent your feelings to a female, sometimes they will go tell everybody.
Oh yeah,
like it's not. Trust me, there are reasons. There are reasons, and I wish I could. If I could safely, then I would.
Your emotions.
It means you're human.
Why are you always trying to prove your masculinity to me?
Why the isn't it ladylike to cuss? When did words get genders?
Why?
You can cuss. I don't care.
I've never once said anything about women not cussing.
I mean, if you're in a fancy restaurant, neither a man nor a woman should be cussing. Like if you're in a place where it's not appropriate. But if you're just talking and bullshitting, then do whatever the fuck you want. No, I mean, hey, freedom of speech, obviously.
I'm not sitting. Don't get me wrong. If I know a girl that can like out cuss me and says the word cunt 5 times every 2 minutes, then it's like, okay, you need to fucking chill.
Yeah, but I mean, obviously, like if you're in a yelling match, then you both need to calm the fuck down. But if you're just like having a normal conversation, you guys can say fuck. You can say whatever you want. I mean, and words are never assigned genders.
I don't have a problem with girls cussing. Just never fucking bug me.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, like, again, if you're in a place where that shouldn't be used, then obviously.
Is it your first instinct to doubt women who have been sexually violated or raped?
Why do you?
It's not
because y'all fucking lie about it.
It's not our default reaction, but there have been a multitude of lives ruined by false allegations. False accusations and allegations and stuff, where people have been accused of things and have lost 20, 30, 40 years of their lives, and then it was later found that they were completely innocent, or it hasn't even been found yet. Like, there are probably hundreds of people who have been falsely incarcerated who are in jail right now for stuff like that.
Why do you think women that wear makeup are false advertising? We can say the same thing about your dick size.
Why is
How do we false advertise that?
Don't get me wrong. First thing, I know guys that have photoshopped their shit because
God.
I'm going to go this girl, right? Okay, that's one. Two, you can easily lie about your dick size. That's a thing. I get that. People have done it before in the past. But the whole makeup thing is because I was on Instagram one time, and this random ass fucking thing of one of the young Chinese girls, she was taking off all of her makeup and all that shit, and she looked completely fucking different.
Yeah. I mean,
I wear makeup to make yourself either look younger or look really, really good. And then when you take it off, you look completely fucking different, and you can look like fucking raggedy. Yeah, that's not our fault.
I've never had a problem with makeup. I've never.
Yeah, no, I don't believe women should wear makeup just because they should be who they are. Who they should be, what they look like. They should be proud of what they look like, who they are. Yeah, and how the world treats them. Like, that's how fucking men are. Men don't wear fucking makeup to make them make themselves look better. If a man is ugly, he's fucking ugly. He has to just make up for it by being funny or really fucking smart.
Yeah, like I've never had a problem with makeup. I've never known anybody who has. I mean, it is kind of funny and hard to take serious when it literally looks like there's cake frosting on your face when there's like so much. And then it's another thing that's hard to take seriously when you literally look like a completely different person without it. But
if I give you a hug and I'm wearing a black T-shirt and your face comes off of my shirt and my shirt's a half a fucking different color, that's on you, fam. That's on you.
Isn't it weird that there's a bunch of old white men sitting in a room making legislation about what I can and can't do with my body?
What?
I mean, it's that whole thing of the older generation being like, you shouldn't get an abortion. Da, 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 da.
Oh yeah, well yeah, that's just okay. So we live in a democracy, okay, and
wonderful world.
People vote on things. It's not just a bunch of white dudes deciding. If it were a bunch of white dudes deciding, then it would be a lot different right now. But we vote on things. The people vote on things, and while there are obviously, there's the legislative branch and the executive branch who also vote on things too. It's never just a group of 10 people deciding something. It's a lot deeper than that.
My biggest thing is if you're in a relationship with somebody and you get fucking pregnant and you say my body, my choice, the guy should have a vote in it only because that takes two people to do. Takes two people to fuck up that way, or if you did it on purpose and then you say, I'm not ready, that's on you. You should have taken the precautions and all that shit. And I'm just saying the man should have a vote in it because it is also his kid.
I think if it's consensual, then I think both should have a say. But if it's not, then it should be the woman's choice, of course.
That's why I said, like, if you're in a relationship and you both agree to do something, that's yeah.
And I think the women should ultimately have the most influence in what happens, but I should still think there should be some sort of determination with the guy's opinion, I guess.
Because it's funny because when people get divorced and the woman wants full custody, it's also his kids, but it's magically no, it's mine now. It's like, well, it's a shared kind of thing here, lady. Like, come on.
Yeah. You have a coochie?
Why are straight guys so obsessed with lesbians?
How does it feel to get kicked in the balls?
Do you ever get?
It's very painful. It's very painful.
First one. Obsessed with lesbians? I'm not. I could care fucking less. Yeah, I have family relatives that are lesbians. I could care fucking less. And the only reason why guys are like, is because we like girls. But on the other hand, personally, it's like we could really care less. I've never once met a guy who was like, dude, check out this lesbian. I'm like, fucking gonna follow her and shit. Like, I've never fucking seen that shit ever.
Yeah. I've never been obsessed with. I don't even know what that means. Obviously I know what that means, but like I don't know what type of obsession you're implying by that.
I think he's implying like the P word.
Oh well, no. I mean, I've never watched that.
I've never watched that shit.
Oh bullshit.
Bullshit. Fuck you.
Why would I even be interested in that if there's literally no chance of me getting that? Because that just doesn't make sense.
I get tired of trying to be manly all the time. Why are you so afraid of gender equality?
Why do I deserve to be
No one's
paid?
afraid of. No one's afraid of this shit. Y'all are the only people who are like gender equality, and then when you have to go do something that a man has to do, it's like, no, the man should do it.
Yeah. No one's afraid of that. I don't think anyone's afraid of equality. That's kind of weird. It's kind of a weird.
I was driving to work one day, and this fucking lady cut off this dude in a Ford Ranger. And he was fucking hollering and screaming because he almost rear-ended her because she wasn't paying attention because she was on her phone. And we all knew because we could see her on her phone. The guy got out of his truck at the stoplight, knocked on her window and said, "What the fuck is wrong with you? Put down your phone. You almost fucking hit me." And don't get me wrong, you shouldn't ever get out of your vehicle and go up to someone's window. You don't know what they have, or you could scare the shit out of them, right? But on the other hand, she literally said, and I can hear this because they're screaming, she literally said, "You shouldn't yell at me because I'm a woman." And my smart ass fucking leaned out the window and said, "Equal rights, bitch."
Yeah, so
it's the whole fucking thing of, now I don't condone this at all. I don't condone domestic violence. I fucking hate this shit. I hate the fact that men feel the need to beat on women. That's complete bullshit. But on the other hand, if there was complete equality, right, and a woman hit a man, it would be perceived as, "Oh, dude, she's just a woman, whatever." But if it was the opposite way, it'd be like, "You shouldn't hit fucking women." But if it was all equality, then it'd be that whole fucking clusterfuck of people's own personal opinions on it.
Yeah. And then there's the whole thing with like strength. If you okay, so if you get hit, well, your argument would be that a man's stronger than a woman, and that it would inflict more damage, right? But in your other arguments, you say that men are not, and that you should both be in the Olympics in the same competitions. It doesn't really add up.
Yeah.
Why are you so afraid of gender equality?
Why do I deserve to be paid less than you?
In what world does 77 cents equal $1?
No one.
Nope.
No one deserves to be paid less than someone. Don't get me wrong. If you're not doing this, if you're the same exact job as someone, right?
Yeah.
But you're not holding up your end, you're not doing the same amount of work as someone, and they get paid more than you, you can't get fucking mad.
If you are in the same position at the same company, doing the same thing, you're going to get paid the same unless you get a raise, and you earn a raise by doing things good towards your company. If you don't earn a raise, that is wholeheartedly because of the work you do. That's it.
Yeah, I worked at a grocery store, and a girl doing less than me, not working as many hours as me, actually got paid more than me because she was there a month longer than me.
Yeah, so it's not, it depends, it literally just depends on the work you do, and if there's a sexist boss, that's not the fucking system's fault. That's just the singular boss who needs to not be there.
Why are you intimidated by a woman who makes more money than you?
I'm not.
That's awesome.
I'm not. I could care less. That is awesome. That's fucking amazing that a woman makes more than me. Don't get me wrong. If she like, "Hey, I want to pay," I'd be like, no, I'm paying because I asked you. If I ask you out and you try to pay for the thing, I'm saying no because I asked you out.
Yeah, exactly.
And if a girl makes more than me, I could care less. I could really give a fuck less.
Man, you got to get paid, man. You getting paid. That's good for you.
We all got fucking bills. We all got shit we need to pay. If you get paid more than me, good fucking for you. You probably did harder work than I did, or you're at a company longer than I am.
Yeah, or you're just lucky. Maybe you won the lottery. I don't give a fuck.
Why aren't you speaking up when you hear your male friends behind closed doors make jokes that are offensive to women?
Why are you?
Because they're jokes.
Because they're fucking jokes.
They don't harm anybody.
I make jokes about fucking my friends all the fucking time. I make jokes about fucking Gulsher and Josiah about how they're fucking weird and shit.
Well, no, I mean what. It also depends on what kind of jokes you're referring to. If you're talking about like making fun of an individual person, we don't do that. But like, if we're just like joking around and stuff, if you're talking to somebody who you know is fine with hearing that kind of joke, then that's fine. If it's in a private space, if you're just saying that shit in public to anybody, obviously that's not good. But if it's a joke and it harms nobody, and it's privite, then what's the issue? You're not even going to know about that joke. You're never going to hear about it.
You don't see me going up to some random woman and being like, "Get in the kitchen and make me a sandwich," because that'd be fucked up. Because I'm pointing it towards that woman.
My God.
Don't get me wrong. If I'm in a group chat with my friends and Gulsher is being a fucking cunt hair, I'm gonna be like, hey, shut the fuck up and go make me a sandwich to him, because that's a fucking joke. It's a fucking joke.
Yeah, like I tell Jonny to go make me a sandwich all the time. No one gives a shit.
He does, and it's fucking annoying because every time I do, he's like, I don't want the sandwich.
Hear your male friends behind closed doors make jokes that are offensive to women.
Why are you so afraid of recognizing your own privilege? Doesn't mean you're a bad person.
I recognize it. I
just made a fucking joke earlier about me getting gas at midnight.
We don't have as much as you may make it out to be, but there definitely is some, and I agree with that. I definitely agree with that.
Like, don't get me wrong. I've known guys that have had to go get gas at like 11 o'clock at night, and they get either beat up or they get fucking like talked to and yelled at and shit. People don't do that to me because I look like a fucking psycho after work, and when I don't shave, I look like either a fucking really big tweak or a really pissed off dude that does not want to be fucking talked to.
Yeah, and the whole thing about like, you know, taking a walk at night or some shit after dark, that kind of shit does not happen around where I live, and that's just where I live. They're in places like SF, LA, San Diego, bigger cities. That is a lot more common. But that doesn't happen everywhere. Just try to remember that.
Just recognize it and do something about it.
Okay, that's it. That was interesting. That was that. Thank you to anybody who watched this, and I will see you guys whenever, man.